There have been some great entries in the VHS horror series so far, so is this new entry good as well? Let's get started on my review of VHS Beyond. Let's go. What's going on all my Flicksters? This is JC from JC Flicks, and I just finished watching the new entry in the VHS horror series called VHS Beyond on Shudder. Before I do get started with my review, please note this will be a spoiler-free review, just in case you haven't seen it yet, currently showing on Shudder. Also, please make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on more new horror movies that I'm reviewing just like this. So VHS Beyond stars Dane DiLiegro, Alanah Pearce, Jolene Andersen, Mike Ferguson, Phillip Andre Botello, and more. VHS Beyond also features entries directed by Justin Long, his brother Christian Long, Kate Siegel, Jordan Downey, Justin Martinez, and more. 6 blood-curdling tapes unleash horror in a sci-fi-inspired hellscape, pushing the boundaries of fear and suspense, as usual in anthology form. VHS Beyond is the 7th installment in this horror franchise, and for the 4th time in a row, this is on the Shudder app. This is lucky for this franchise's horror fans, since this has seen consistency over the past few years. Unlike last year's VHS 85, this installment breathes new life into the format by uniting each segment with a sci-fi extraterrestrial-like theme. The film expands its narrative scope from spaceships to alien threats while delivering its most polished and consistent installment yet. This new chapter takes a giant leap forward in terms of execution. The opening sequence sets a thrilling pace, and the film surprisingly maintains that energy throughout, with each chapter standing on its own and with even pacing as well. Unlike its previous installments, I would say there's only one weak link here, or at least in my opinion, and even then, it's still not a bad short. The first short, titled Stork, directed by Jordan Downey, opens the anthology, drawing clear inspiration from first-person shooter video games. The story follows an elite police unit as they confront a hideout swarming with creatures. Downey's expertise with modest budget shines, creating a pulse-pounding siege with impressive effects and immersive helmet cam perspectives. Downey sets a high bar, and while the rest of the film doesn't quite match the adrenaline rush of Stork, they're very different in their own right. The overall pacing keeps the excitement alive, and for sure, they come out with a bang. I also loved how each POV showed the name of the cop whose viewpoint you were in as the short progressed. Although there are small moments in this one where the budget does kind of show a little bit, it's still fun nonetheless. Now, the second short, titled Dream Girl, which is directed by Virat Pal, I hope I'm saying that right, contributes a crazy story about 2 paparazzi who face terrifying consequences after trying to photograph Bollywood star Tara in her dressing room. That actress definitely commands the screen as you're watching it, and everything starts to spiral. Pal incorporates traditional Bollywood elements like choreography and cinematic flair, which momentarily sets this segment apart from the usual VHS stories we're used to seeing. Now, of course, in this one, the VHS signature carnage does return as you see some bloody mess and other gory parts. Though it's very gory, Dream Girl does deliver, and for sure it kind of teaches you a little bit of a lesson. I love how at one point you're looking at the pop star herself, expecting something to happen to her when it subverges your expectations. I won't go on, of course, because I don't want to spoil anything, but that kind of threw me off. Now, the third short, titled Live and Let Dive, directed by Justin Martinez, delivers a high-energy blend of skydiving thrills and extraterrestrial horror. A birthday skydiving trip goes wrong when the divers are dropped down in the sky as they fight to survive. This is not only creative, but also chooses to start this short interestingly as you are trying to figure out what is going on. Martinez expertly stages some of the gore and the practical effects in this one as you're constantly watching what's going to happen to the characters. Now, I will say this one gave me goosebumps since I have a legitimate fear of heights. I am not kidding when I say that. The effects for this one are amazing, and one of the scenes also made me cringe because of a hanging finger. Don't worry, you'll get it when you see it. This one was my personal favorite for sure. Perhaps the weirdest one out of the bunch is the 4th short, titled Fur Babies, directed and written by brothers Christian and Justin Long. This quirky story follows animal rights activists who infuriate a dog dog daycare only to uncover something far more sinister. The eccentric proprietor, Becky Baxter, played by Libby Letlow, who does an excellent job by the way, is secretly a taxidermist with creepy experiments that she has going on. And the Long brothers unleash their dark humor in full force, and let me tell you, it's pretty gory. For sure this was a weird one, but I also love the nod that the brothers gave to one of Justin Long's previous horror films that he has been in before. I would reveal the film to you guys, but I feel like that would be kind of giving it away and spoiling it for you. Rounding out the anthology is Kate Siegel's directorial debut titled Stowaway, written by the horror icon Mike Flanagan himself. I feel like this was surprisingly the weakest one in the installment, but even then, it's pretty enjoyable. This segment follows a woman who is seeking proof of extraterrestrial life in the Mojave Desert. While Stowaway takes a more subdued, introspective approach compared to the other segments, it still offers a creepy ending to our central core character. And maybe that's why I wasn't too crazy about this one, because it kind of is a little different compared to the other ones, but nonetheless, like I said, it's still not bad. Though some of the parts of this short made it hard to see exactly what is going on. Maybe that's due to budget constraints. Who knows? But it does take you out of it for a bit, and that's kind of one of the reasons why this, to me, was one of the weakest ones. Now, lastly, we have the central story or the wraparound segment that is usually forgettable, to be honest, especially speaking from the past VHS films. But this one's titled Abduction by Jay Cheel. Presented as a mockumentary, it dissects footage of supposed alien encounters with input from real-life YouTubers Corridor Digital. Though conversation heavy, this segment keeps the sci-fi vibe intact and helps maintain the anthology's thematic cohesion, which I did appreciate, although like I said, usually those core wraparound stories are kind of forgettable. I did appreciate that it kept it along the same lines of the theme. With all that being said, you guys, I had a blast with this film, and I would definitely have to say it's the best film that I've seen this week. And I'm going to give VHS Beyond 4 flames out of 5 and a fire film rating.
It's good. It's good.
Few franchises can boast of improvising with age, but VHS does just that with VHS Beyond. Arguably, it's one of the best installments since VHS 2, in my opinion at least. Each segment is packed with practical effects, inventing creature designs, and layers of existential horror, making this sci-fi infused entry a standout for sure. And I truly mean it when I say that this is one of my favorite horror franchises to date, along with the Scream slasher franchise. So I'm excited to see what they bring next to the table with another installment, but this one for sure does not disappoint you guys. And if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, check this one out. I know there's a certain other film that's out in theaters, Joker 2. And I would say watch this instead, especially when you're at home. That way you don't have to go and spend money and waste it. I hate to say it, but it's true. All right. As one of the reasons why I did not review that movie on here, I just kept seeing not only it was getting bashed, but I did watch it and I was pretty disappointed to say the least. All right, guys. So have you seen VHS Beyond yet? Or are you looking forward to seeing it? Also, which VHS film is your favorite out of the series? Let me know in the comments below. Lastly, before I do go, you guys, please make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date. My name is JC from JC Flicks, and until next time, I'm out.